if I have 8 and I divide it by 2, I want to know why the answer is 4. What does it mean?
It means that 4 divided by 2. I mean 8. 4 times 2.
Let him talk. What does it mean?
Just, I don't know.
Anna. Well, not exactly. Evan.
It means 8 split into 2 parts.
Yeah. So keep going. Alora. Better. That means there's 4. How many sets of 2 are there here? 4. That's what division's about. How many of these go into that? And you see there's 4 groups, right? So if I took my little happy faces, let's get rid of these guys, and I asked you, well, what is 8 divided by 4? How does that picture look any different? Olivia. That's right. How many groups of 4 are in 8? 2. Okay? So I know that's not mind shattering. Right? So, but what about this? What does that mean? What does it mean, Max?
Basically asking like what's the half of 25? No, I'll just multiply. It's like I'm not sure.
Okay. So try to use so listen to what other people have to say. Julian. If you have a half a cookie and a fourth of a person. Okay. Anna. Okay. It's how many groups? So say it a little bit louder. It means, so she told me the answer. What's the answer? 1/4 goes into a half twice. And if you think about a picture, instead of half of cookies and parts of people, why don't we settle on a pizza? And in my pizza, if this is a half, my question is, how many fourths are in a half? 2. That's what division's about. How many of these fit into that? Okay? And I haven't done any flipping of anything, so let's try this. Okay. What does that mean? 8 divided by 16. Yeah, but what does it mean?
It means how many 16s can you fit into 8?
How many sets of 16 are in one set? How many of these are in this? Half. Only half of this set, right? Only half of this fits into that, right? Only half. Half of 16 is in 8, right? That's why we use that fraction bar. Fraction bars mean divide. So the answer to that is a half, which you guys already know, right? Okay. Mark. Yeah, how many 1/4 go into 3/4? 3. That one's easy, right? Because if you have your pi, problem is it doesn't stay easy for very long. And here is 3/4 of your pi. How many 1/4 are in it? 3. Right? That one's like so easy, it's hard almost. Okay? Andrew. It's not 2.
Is
Avery.
it 3 again?
It's not 3. Julian.
2 and 6.
No, but that's a good guess. Max.
Hold on. 2 and a third.
No, but it's not a bad guess. Avery.
1 and a third.
Nope. Walter. No. Alora. No. Okay, let's put a picture to this. So, what's it asking me? Yeah, how many 1/3 fit into 5/6? So I should divide my shape into 6, right? And here is 5/6. Let's see, 5/6 is right here. It's everything but one slice, right? This is 5/6. Okay. And the question is, how many of these fit in to that? So how many of those fit into this? How many 1/3? So definitely more than one, right? 2.5. Who's that? This is 2.5. I know, right? It makes it so much easier. But can you see that? Here's one. Here's one. And then there's the other. And what's left is half of a third. Can you see that? So it's 2 whole 1/3 and a half of a third. What about that? Somebody new. 8. It's 8, right? Because even if you take your shape, it doesn't always have to be a circle, right? How many 4ths are in a whole? Right? There's like 4 quarters in a dollar, right? So what about 2 wholes? 8. Mark. Nope. Sebastian. Yeah. So how many 6 fit into 2/3? Which should I go to? 6, right? And then here's 2/3 right there, right? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 2/3, so the answer is 4. why it works, Walter?
Yeah.
No. Can you think of a pattern yet? Like instead of, okay, we're not ready for that. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, watch. How many 6 is 2/3?
4.
Yeah. 4, 6. What's 4, 6 divided by 1, 6? How many 1, 6 are in 4, 6? 4, right?
We're not gonna do like crazy 20.
How many fourths, like, how many fourths is 2? 8 fourths. What's 8 fourths divided by 1/4? 8. Okay. What should I do here? This one's harder. Is that the same problem?
Yeah.
What's the answer to 5, 6 divided by 1/3? Does anybody see where that comes from this? We'll come back to that one. Do you, Elora?
Yeah.
Right. Do you see where the 2.5 comes from yet?
2 goes into 5.
2 goes into 5. What's 5 divided by 2? 2.5. Let's go back. What's 8 divided by 1?
8.
What's 4 divided by 1?
4.
What's 3 divided by 1?
3.
What do I need to do?
2 divided by
No, because this is halves and that's fourths.
2 fourths.
What about 2 fourths? How many 1/4 are in 2 fourths?
2.
So you just have to convert it to the same denominator.
And this? 8 divided by 16, fraction bars mean divide. It's a little weird there, but we don't need it there, right? Because we know how to divide whole numbers. Okay, so go back to the one that was kind of hard.
24 one?
The 24 one, yeah. So we were in the other class trying to see how many times I could break the circle up. And the most you could break it up is into 24 pieces. So what with the picture, here's 1/4. Right here, right? It's even hard to do it. And the question is, how many sets of 3 24s fit in a fourth? The answer is 2, right? Right, because who's going to do this? Nobody's going to draw this picture unless you have the smart board, right? Only like Harold and the purple crayon. So if you think about this, 6 24ths divided by 3 24ths
You just have to change it.
is just 2.
So you have to change it to the same denominator for that to work.
Yeah, but it makes sense because you're dividing up like things, right? So if I wanted you to do something kind of weird, like it was weird when I asked you one that didn't go perfectly. Like if I said, what's 5/8 divided by, I'm not going to get so weird, but let's say 3/4. I mean, you could at least kind of look at a picture, but you're not always going to look at a picture, but you could. If I looked at the picture, what's the first thing I asked you guys? I said, what should I break it into? You all said 8s. So you kind of naturally know that you go to the common denominator, even though I never said, what's the common denominator? I asked you, what should we break it into? And then, now 5/8 is right here, right? And 3/4, well, that's really weird, right? So then it's so hard to draw the picture because you can think about it, 3/4 would be 1, 2, It's not quite 3/4, right? It's less than 3/4. So if you think about that common denominator, you could, at least, you should see that it's not even a whole 3/4, right? It's going to be less than 1. What's 5 divided by 6? It's just 5/6. So it's 5/6 of 3/4. So that's where it gets weird, but that's where the pattern, you could use the pattern. So if I look at 3/4, all I know is I know that I can't fit 3/4 in because 3/4 goes over, huh? But it's pretty close to a whole 3/4, but it's only 5/6 of a 3/4. Yeah, I know you guys, that's weird. That's why we're just thinking about it today. But I know a lot of you have like your little rules of inverting and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with your rules, but it's also good to realize there's more than one way to do problems.
I haven't done it in a long time. You flip the first number?
I never flip anything. That's the problem with the rule. No, you don't. It's the second. Is people forget what to flip. But if you do this method, you might remember a little bit more meaning to it. So we're going to stop there. You're going to come back and be ready to do division when you get to class on Monday.